Okay, now I'm live on YouTube, live on Instagram. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Hello, everybody coming in. I'm just live for a bit. Want to chop it up with y'all? If anybody has any questions, hair questions. Oh, Sunshine Lady says thoughts on braids over locks. So do you mean braids as in extensions? Hair extensions like box braids? Or do you mean braiding your locks? I think you probably mean extensions, right? My thoughts on that is I think that they're okay to do, but I wouldn't recommend doing it early on in your journey. I would not recommend getting extensions, braid extensions, especially over your locks early on in your journey because it's going to interfere with the locking process. And I think that create a shape, it'll create your locks into a shape that you might not necessarily want. It's going to make your locks thinner as they don't have the space to expand and puff up like they normally would. So that's not something I would recommend early on. But once your hair is mature, I think that's fine. Um, yeah, box braids over locks, yeah. But yeah, once your hair is mature, I think that's fine to do every now and then. But I wouldn't overdo it. Like I wouldn't keep your hair in that style for too long. Hi, my beaut out in Maui. From Maui. Is that you? Is that you who came to see me at Lockfest? Or if not, never mind. Yeah. Sunshine Lady, is that something that you do or is that something that you're interested in? Let me know. Misfit says, I have fine, low density hair. I've been on my journey since going on 8 months. Congratulations. Congratulations. Are you having issues with moisturizing? Are you having issues with retaining moisture? Having low density hair? Yes, it is you. You said Maui, so that made me remember. Hey, thanks for joining the live. I'm just doing some Q&A. Um, yeah, so Misfit 47, let me know if you have any questions with that. Sunshine Lady, so I braided over these locks. You did. Okay. Okay, and do you mention how long you've had your locks, Sunshine Lady? How long have you had your locks, Sunshine Lady? How long? Greetings, Carolyn. If I didn't say hello already, greetings. Oh, but yes, the main reason why I came on here is because I want to let everybody know that today is the last day. Tonight is the last chance you have to get buy one get one free for the Horsetail leaf growth oil. Most likely, it's the last chance for the whole year to get the Horsetail leaf growth oil buy one get one free. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. No, not really. No, not really. Will they get thicker? Misfit. Well, you're 8 months in, so it's kind of hard to gauge the size of your hair. But if your hair is fine, I wouldn't imagine that they'll get very thick. Um, my hair is fine as well. But I think I have a bit of a high density, although my hair is fine. So, do you have thick hair on your scalp? Like, do you have a lot of hair on your scalp? Do you have a little bit of locks? Because when you have fine hair with a little bit of locks, that's when I wouldn't expect it to get thick. You know what I mean? Um, Sometimes it says, I had the lock extensions. I'm now interlocked. Okay, cool. I won't keep them in long. Yeah, I think that you'll be fine if you don't keep them in very long. You said that you had them in for since since December 23rd. It's going on a year. So your hair is, I would not use the word mature for your hair. It's they still could definitely be playing a role in shaping your hair, so I would definitely be cautious. Sheila says, I'm going gray and my gray is not cooperating with my locks frizzy with my locks. It frizzes fast from retwist. Also, my hair is thin, low density. I've had my locks 3.5 years. Okay, what is the question? What is the question exactly? I absolutely love my emo oil. Ah, I love that you love that. It's actually that's coming back in stock. You probably don't need it anymore right now, but for those of you who are interested, I it's probably the most commonly asked questions I get. When is the emo oil coming back? Like in the past month, like it's been sold out, but it'll be back probably tomorrow. So stay tuned. Misfit says, I have small parts. She made the part small to make my hair look fuller, but I don't have a lot of hair on my head. I see. So I wouldn't expect them to come out thick. If your hair isn't already thick, I think that we should really manage our expectations when it comes to our locks. Like we have to work with what we have, right? So if our hair is not thick, I wouldn't expect our um locks to come out thick unless you create thick parts. And in that way, you are sacrificing fullness if you do get them too big. And yeah, she was right about that. Chastity McDaniel says, "Love your journey. Thank you. Fine hair now 6 years in, and lots of advice is contrary to what works for mine. Love that you focus on what works for the individual. This is not a one size fits all process journey." Absolutely. And you know, when you said that your hair is fine, I knew exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about because people love to say, don't retwist your hair too often. Don't do that. Don't do that. But like when you have fine hair, you want to retwist it more to keep your hair um secured, not secured. You want to keep it reinforced. Fine hair is thinner hair, which is weaker hair. It's just naturally weaker hair. And when we don't retwist our hair, those hairs break away from the lock. But like nobody talks about that. And I'm guessing maybe not as many people have fine hair. Maybe not as many people have fine hair. I don't know. Maybe everybody has coarse hair because everybody just loves to give that piece of advice. Don't retwist your hair too much. Semi free form. Like people love to say that, but that doesn't apply to everybody. But I wish I had some kind of statistics on like, you know, kinky hair like is mostly coarse, it's mostly fine, but like how much exactly? Because the way everybody loves us to say that as if that works for everything, it does not. Yeah. Yep. Um, Sheila says, "What can I do to keep my frizz away? Keep retwist to hold." Okay, so as far as frizz, my frizz maintenance is palm rolling. When I wash my hair, I make sure the last bit of water that graces my hair is cool in texture because really hot water encourages frizz. Cool water helps it to smoothen out. Excuse me. Um, Microfiber towels as opposed to regular towels. Microfiber towels help to smoothen out your hair, or if that's not accessible to you, using a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt helps to smooth out frizz because it's smooth, like as opposed to like regular towels that have those thingies, those those big old thingies that they make they encourage frizz a lot in our hair. So those are some tips as but as far as you mentioning a concern of yours is keeping your retwist to hold, consider what you're using to retwist your hair. Consider if you are drying your hair completely, do you use clips? You may some of us need to use clips. I don't need clips anymore. I've graduated from clips. But if if your palm rolling or whatever method you're using to retwist is not strong enough, that you may need those clips and you're going to need that overhead dryer or blow dryer to make sure that it dries in place because don't expect, and this goes for everybody, don't expect a really strong hold for your retwist if you are not using artificial heat. All right, so it's like this give and take here. Obviously there's pros and cons to doing both. You have to figure out what works best for you. Ooh, what was that sound? Did y'all hear that? Okay. I'm acting like y'all can respond to me. Um, well, you can. You can write it, right? It's just gonna be a lag, a delay, in me getting the answer. Um, My daughter has kinky fine hair. When washed, it looks like cotton balls, very soft. Okay, so her hair is fine as well. Okay. And Zen woman, is your hair fine too? Did she get it from you? Now let me catch up with these comments on Instagram. Microfiber towels. Yep, yep, yep. Absolutely. I need to get me a new one. Chastity McDaniel says, "Do you miss your red hair? I switched from Manic Panic Vampire red temp color to beige and black. Miss the red. Um, I mean, it looked really good. I thought the red was very beautiful. It was fun, but do I like? I guess I miss it in a way. Like, oh wow, it looked really good. And when I see those pictures, I'm like, oh yes. But do I wish that my hair was back red? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was a lot of work. It was just a lot of work. It was not thunder. It was like a truck or something. It sounded like something fell off a truck. I don't know, but it's not it's not storming or anything. But no, I don't. Yeah, I don't miss the red for real. Although I have been saying for a little bit that I'm gonna try to get some color wax temporary, to get the red look again. But I'm not coloring my hair red again. At least not these locks, okay? No. So if you see me with red hair again, that's in like 20 years. At that point, all of this would have been grown out, and I would have a new set of locks in a way. You know what I'm trying to say? It will be virgin hair, but this is not virgin hair. This hair has been dyed millions of times, and millions of times. But yeah. Okay, she gets the fine hair from daddy. Sheila says, "Okay, thanks. What about frizz at my roots? It's growing away from my locks." Okay, then you may want to try a crochet needle. If you're not familiar with crochet needles or interlocking, not interlocking, crocheting. If you're not familiar with crocheting personally, maybe you want to go to a professional who can do it. But crocheting loose hairs at the roots is gonna keep the hairs in the locks that you want them to be in. Thank you so much. Respect is key. Good evening, Carla. I love my Louboutin. Says, what moisturizer do you use? I use the Rose Water Moisturizer, which is available on my shop, KeishaCharmaine.com. Yeah, like a crash. Like, yeah, it didn't quite sound like a crash because usually, you hear like the screech, like, but yeah. Yeah, so am I caught up on the comments? Am I caught up? I love your content. Putting on my glasses oftentimes pulls hair along the sides of my hair. Please show us exactly how you put on your glasses. Thank you. That's so funny to me. I don't know why. But I do know what you mean because it really depends on the kind of frames you have. Sorry, I just went temporarily blind, low key, taking off my glasses. But like these glasses in particular, they do have like the little thing. It's like a separation between like this part and then this part. Some frames are like, solid all the way through, like maybe it's like a plastic all the way through or a metal all the way through. But if you have glasses like these, it could be a problem. I just like make sure to slide them right above my ears so they don't interact with my hair at all. And when I take them off, I pull them downwards like so. If I pull them up, they're probably gonna like snag on the hairs by my sideburns area. Yes, I love my Louboutin. Says I think I need something. My rose water moisturizer it's a daily mist. It's a leave-in conditioner type of product. But just keep in mind that at the end of the day, water moisturizes your locks. So whatever you use, make sure it's water based. And then follow up with an oil should you choose to do so. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Cool. Kimberly says I cut my locks off 2 years ago. Kept the locks in a bag and got them reattached a couple days ago. Feels so much better. Get to watch you again. Okay. I hope that your reattached locks lock up really well. I hope they lock up really well. Well, like lock back up with your new growth really well. And so I don't know if I should wish you a happy lock journey, a new lock journey, or if this is just a continuation. I don't know. I guess you just took like a 2 year pause, a 2 year break. It will take 6 months. Okay. All right. So definitely be careful in those 6 months. No, no being extra, no pulling and all of that. Is protein as important as they say? Do you have a heavy protein diet? Protein is absolutely important. Protein is our body is made of protein pretty much, right? Um, Protein is important. I think that the source of protein um makes all the difference. So do I have a heavy protein diet? I wouldn't say heavy protein, but I do make sure that I have protein in all my meals. Whether that's plant-based protein like beans, I love making rice and beans, right? Or if that's actually meat, like I like beef, I like chicken. Um yeah. So, yes, protein is definitely important and that's also important for our hair as well. Our hair, skin, nails, muscles, everything. Protein is definitely important. So even like people who don't eat meat, vegans, they still gotta make sure they're getting their proteins from their greens, from their beans, legumes, and things. Carla says, Keisha, is plain water good for your locks? Yes, it is. Water, like just water, period. So like if you mean tap water, like tap water? Well, it will consider I want you to consider the source of your tap water. Um, but I guess generally speaking, sure, yeah, sure. But of course, it's like a spectrum. There's gonna be the best water for your locks, and then the weakest water for your locks. But water is what hydrates your locks in general. So make sure you're getting water, whatever water you have access to. If you like spring water, absolutely, spring water is great. Spring water is great. Excuse me. Ooh, I keep burping. It's my second time burping. Shame. Where did you get your hair steamer? Says Kimberly McCall. I don't have a hair steamer. I actually have a face steamer and a clothes steamer. So I don't have a hair steamer, and I'm not sure if I need to get a hair steamer specifically when I have a face steamer and a clothes steamer. Um, the face steamer and the clothes steamer seem to work just fine. I don't know if that's a problem. If anybody has any research on that, let me know because I don't know. Why is this? Get, get off my screen. What is this? Hi, Brazil. Am I caught up on the comments? I am. All right, for everybody coming in, it's a great time to ask me some questions. My sinuses are inflamed. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice or not. Probably not. But I'm doing my best. Oh no, my computer's about to die. Where's my charger? Ugh. Going live on Instagram and on YouTube at the same time. Gotta be mindful of both battery sources. All right. So if nobody else has any more questions, I've been on here for 20 minutes. That's okay with me. I'll get off of here. Let me know if no one has any more questions. I'll get off. I'll give y'all 60 seconds to type. You can type, but if not, I'll get off of here. I do want to remind you that tonight is your last chance to buy one get one free for the Horsetail Leaf Growth Oil. That's this baby right here. It's the last chance, last chance, last chance to buy one get one free. So if you didn't already shop, and I'm definitely catching up on orders. So most of you if you've ordered the Horsetail leaf growth oil on buy one get one free, is you either got it already or it's on the way. So shout out to y'all for hopping on the sale early. But that sale ends at midnight. So definitely hop on it if you want to. But if not, that's too bad because this probably won't be on BOGO for the rest of the year. Probably not. Respect is key says, tell us the story of when you first started your journey. Sure. So I guess I should give a little backstory. So I had my hair relaxed since the fourth grade. I relaxed my hair when I was in the fourth grade. Well, my mom did, and then my last relaxer was my senior year of high school. Right before my prom was my last relaxer, and then after that, I grew out my hair natural for college, wearing my hair in box braids. And when I just moved off campus to go back home after freshman year, I started my locks. So like 2 days after I moved off campus, and I started my locks by going to Jamaica Avenue, which is in Queens, Jamaica, Queens. I had my bonnet on and I was walking around trying to find someone to start my hair because the person who was supposed to start my hair flaked on me. She probably had a legitimate reason, but I wanted to start my hair on that day, May 15th. I want to start my hair. So I went to Jamaica Avenue, and y'all know how it is when you go to certain streets. You go with your bonnet on. You look like you need to get your hair done. So a stylist flagged me down. She was like, "You come here. You need your hair done. I can tell. Come here." And she's like, "What you need?" I said, "I want to start my locks." She's like, "Cool." And I went to the salon, and she started my locks for me. I believe her name was Monica. Is Monica? I hope she's still around, and well. I just never went back to her because I didn't very much like my experience with her. No shade, no shade. But when it comes to salons, and here's the thing, like I hear a lot of like discourse about salon suites versus like salons where everybody's getting their hair done together. I enjoy I personally like to go to salon suites because you in and out. Like you have an appointment, your appointment starts on time and then it ends on time. But when you go to a salon to get your hair done, you'll be in there all day. Like appointments mean nothing when you go to a salon. You know what I mean? And I don't like that. I don't like that. So she was like she was taking a lot of time to stop and talk and all of that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in here all day, all day. But so no shade to her. She did a good job, except for the fact that she used way too much product and I did have to pick out a lot of product. But besides all that, I'm still happy with my parts and stuff. I've only had one set of locks, so it's still the same set that she installed. So shout outs to her for that. Did the perm hair eventually break off? Oh well, I cut it off. So I gradually cut the relaxer off as I was growing out my hair natural. So I didn't I didn't allow it to break off, and I didn't like big chop it off. I cut it off gradually as I probably ran through like 3 or 4 sets of box braids. My freshman year of college, I went through like three resets of braids, and I would cut more of the relaxer off with each new set of braids, if that makes sense. Andrea Wood says, someone told me that I needed to cut mine off and start over only because of my parts, but I don't have a problem with the way it is. I've had mine for 6 years now. What do you think? Does the parts matter? How could they tell you that? If you don't have a problem with your parts, then there's no problem with your parts. Period. Period. I'm guessing you mean like a loctician told you that? Did a loctician tell you that? Or like a lock stylist tell you that? Or did like some random person tell you that? Because I feel like really the only people who really care about parts are the people who are really into updo styles. Because when you do updo styles, it's really the only time when your parts are very visible, you know? Oh, a family member. Okay. I feel like they hating on you. Look, but that's between me and you. Um Sometimes like when we like just in general, like you really can't see my parts like that. Like just in life, you're just not gonna see my parts. But when you if you were to see me with like a updo kind of style, that's when you see the parts, and that's when like you can really see like what kind of parting system they have. Like maybe if it's like the diamond parts or brick parts or the triangles or what other parts are there. Some people have like the little circle parts, the C parts. I don't know what they call it. Regardless, that's the only time you can really see it from um my vantage point, from my perspective. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Carla says, "Do you know how many inches your longest lock is?" Currently, no. I used to measure my locks. I used to measure my locks, and I used to do updates on YouTube. You're welcome, Andrea or Andrea. I don't know. I always do that. Anytime someone comes on and their name is Andrea or Andrea, I'd be like, hmm. But I used to measure my locks on YouTube for my length check every year. But I haven't. Have I still do that? I don't. Yes, I think I stopped doing that after a certain point. My locks, they're just long. Like the first one was right. I think the first one I said was Andrea. I think Andrea is I said first. Hi IBYL. I'm not keep thinking about that video you made. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna remake your video. I'm gonna shout you out, of course. I'm gonna do it, but I've been low energy and I've been under the weather, but I'm gonna do it. And like I hope that it comes out good. And I'm not gonna cheat and try it beforehand. I'm gonna do it on film. Like I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna I'm gonna do it on the camera. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Or you guys can just head over to IBYL's page and see. I'm not sure if you put it on YouTube, but it's on Instagram. It's on her Instagram. Thank you. Respect is key. Kimberly McCall, what is the Horsetail promo code again? It's two horse. So two, the number two, horse, HORSE. And you have to add 2 bottles to your cart. I mean, even if you mess up and only add one, I'll still throw an extra one. But if you want for your records to show that you're getting a free bottle, add 2 bottles to your cart and use code 2horse, the number 2horse. Great question, Kimberly. Thank you, Carla. Thanks for inspiring my newest style, the pinwheels. Oh, yes, yes. Love that style. I can't wait to try that again. Well, Cafele did it. I can't wait to try it on my own one day. But honestly, like, I don't want to say I'm lazy with my hair, but I am simple with my hair. I'm a simple girl. I just be liking to wear my hair down. Like, honestly, like a fresh retwist with it down is like, that's really all I need sometimes. That's really all I need sometimes. And can I? Does my voice sound different to you guys, or does it just sound different to me in my ears? Because maybe my ears are like a little clogged. But I don't like the way I sound, and I'm feeling self conscious, and I want to get off of here. Respect is key. Says, did starting your locks inspire any of your family members or friends to start their journey? Yes, my mom started her locks. I mean, granted, she used to always say she's gonna start her locks long before me. She used to always say it, but she didn't start them until after I did. Just saying. Um, a couple of my friends started their locks after me too. Well, okay, well, so my best friend Ty, she started her locks first, so I can't say her. She started her locks first, but she just stopped. Like she got rid of them, and then I started mine, and then she started her next set, and then she got rid of those, and then she started her next set. But I don't think I inspired that. She already had one of that. Um, Another one of my friends definitely told me that I inspired her. And one of my friends, I believe she wants to start her locks. She didn't start them yet. But I definitely inspired that if she does go through with it. um, IBYL says I'm trying to explore as much as I can at this length before I go snip snip. Oh, how short are you trying to go? Because listen, I know that length is a pain. Been there, done that. Not doing that again. Oh, I don't sound different? Okay. I think it must be in my ears. Like I think because I sound really off. Sincerely, Alicia says, "What's your take on dry shampoo? Yay, nay, spray, liquid." I I support it. I like the gel kind or this have I used the spray kind? I don't know if I've personally ever used the spray kind, but I like the gel kind, and it's something good to do every now and then in case of like emergency when you need to delay washing, but don't lean on it as if it's a substitute for washing for real, because it's not. It's like a really temporary solution. Don't use that instead of don't use that instead of washing. Mid back is not bad. I think that you will feel a lot of relief doing going to mid back. I must warn you though. I feel like you may have like instant buyer's remorse in a way, but give it a couple weeks and then you'll be fine. Like, oh yes, I love this length. But like immediately, like whenever I trim my locks, like I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just got rid of my length. But then it's like, oh my god, this is so comfortable. I just love it here. But I shouldn't project that onto you. You might not feel like that at all. You might just feel instant satisfaction. So hey, but yeah, I'll be tuned in when you do cut it or trim it, I should say. Hey, cousin. Where am I? Hi. Is there anything besides castor oil that I can use to grow my edges out? I had a lot of breakage due to tight styling. Well, castor oil, I know castor oil is a really popular product for growing out edges, but I personally don't recommend castor oil. It's so heavy. It's a really thick oil. That's a product buildup oil. I mean, granted, every product you use can cause buildup. Let me be clear. Any product you use can cause buildup if you are not washing your hair, right? Let's be clear. But castor oil, especially when people are using it for the purpose of regrowing their edges, they tend to use it and they use so much of it, and that's so heavy. So no, I don't personally like castor oil for hair. I like it on skin though. And, and I heard that it's really good to use on like if you have pains or if you have cysts, use it over it too. So castor oil is a really good thing. I just don't like to use it for hair, my scalp personally. Um, but the emu oil growth drops on my shop has great recommendations. We were talking about it earlier today in the chat, and that comes back out tomorrow-ish, October. Probably tomorrow, but let's just say this week for now. Um Loving Dean, the God Machine. I don't remember subscribing, but I did somehow, so I'm here. Hi, Loving Dean, the God Machine. That's so funny. I'm a white man with curly hair. Any products you recommend for keeping curly hair healthy? Awesome. Okay, so does your curly hair get dry a lot? Does it get dry or does it get oily? How is that? Let me know, and I'll advise accordingly. IBYL says, "Would you ever color your locks again?" Yes. Well, not like a color, but black. I like to freshen up my black dye every like year, every once or to twice a year, depending. Yes, I realize castor oil is so thick. Yes, it's so thick, and it can if you're using too much of it, it can kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It can be counterproductive. Really, it gets very frizzy. Okay, so I think that the for you, I would probably recommend mousse. That's actually something I'm working on in here. I'm not working on it yet. Like I'm not formulating a mousse yet. That's in the works though. I'm speaking that into existence. But I think maybe a mousse. How long do you keep your hair? Loving Dean, the God Machine. How long do you keep it? Like, is it long? They do keep it in a man bun. But my first recommendation would probably be a mousse to use. Um Definitely conditioner. I hope when you wash it, I hope you use shampoo and conditioner. Don't skip the conditioner. But IBYL, if as far as like colors, like colors, I will only use Well, I think I want to use color wax. I was talking about this earlier. I want to use a color wax to get that red again, but I'm not probably not gonna dye it another color again because I would have to bleach it, and I don't want to go through that again. My hair has been through a lot. My hair's been through a lot. Yeah, I don't wash with shampoo every day though. That's good. You shouldn't. You should not wash your hair every day, especially since you have curly hair. You shouldn't. That's good though. Um, how do I say that? Zarina, what black color brand do you use to color your hair? Currently, I use Revlon, but no particular reason why besides the fact that the place that I go to, it tends to be on sale. In full transparency, it just be on sale. And that's a concern of mine because especially when my hair was down to my thighs, I'm using several boxes at a time, like 5, 6 boxes of dye. So, yeah. Oh, it's sale for $5. Okay, I'm getting that. so, so yeah, Revlon would be $5 a box at that one spot. But actually, not thinking about it. The last couple of times though, I don't think I used Revlon. I used Adore, the semi permanent, and I mixed it with conditioner to spread it to stretch it. So Adore, the semi permanent, I like that one. Um, yeah, I don't watch it. Yes, to that. I like castor oil, but maybe one time a week and not heavy handed. Okay, once a week is good. Once a week is probably good. If you if you're also like washing your hair once a week, maybe, or washing your hair twice a month, maybe. But my butte, you are also using the emu oil growth drops. To be honest, you don't need both. But if you want to use both, that's fine. That's your that's your choice. Oh, sincerely, Alicia. Oh, if once I do the wax, I'm absolutely recording that. I can't have y'all miss that. IBYL says I've only colored once ever. Really? I want to color though. Really? Yeah, I mean, I guess your hair does look like a natural color, doesn't it? I don't know. I guess I probably would have thought that you colored it for some reason. No, I've never used henna because, to my understanding, it's a lot of work for. You're welcome. It's a lot of work for the outcome, and the outcome isn't even that good from what I've heard and from what I've seen. So like I when it comes to my hair care, I like to say I'm about 90% natural with it. So I'll use some chemical dyes. I'll use the dyes and what else do I use that's not natural? Hmm. That's all that comes to mind right now. Just the dyes. You called me, I like to switch it up. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool to switch it up. Kim Kimmy D says my locks are breaking at the end. What do I do, please? Okay, so let's figure out why is it breaking at the ends. Do you style your hair a lot? That's my first guess is that you probably style your hair a lot and use rubber bands on your ends to to hold the style together. Definitely stop doing that as far as the rubber bands. If you're gonna I wish that more locticians would talk about this because I see like whenever I see them do videos and they're putting on the rubber bands, I see them putting them on too many times. Like they're like wrapping it around and tightening it on so many times. 3 times is all you really need. Your hair's gonna be secure with that three boom, 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 three. That's it. But they like to go and go and go. But over time, that's gonna really like eat away at the eat away at the ends of your hair. It's gonna like make that thin spot until it's weak enough to break off. So that's one thing. If your hair is color treated, that's probably another thing because consider that your ends is the oldest part of your hair, and if your hair is color treated, so now it's got two things against it: the age and the chemical treatment, which is gonna which means your hair is gonna be really dried out and more prone to breakage. Um, and yeah, so our ends, because they're the oldest part, think about how like, our roots are the newest part and their ends are the oldest part. the roots, they tend to be like the softest. It tends to be like the most hydrated, the most like it just tends to retain moisture easier. It just feels the healthiest here, right? Versus here, where it just feels like it's been through it. And it's because it has been through it. It's the hardest to retain moisture. So we have to really give our ends special care, give us some special TLC because it needs it. It needs the extra work. So I hope that you're using like diluted conditioners, leave-in conditioner, I hope that after you're moisturizing it with a water-based product that you're using oils to seal in the moisture. Our horsetail leaf growth oil, for instance, which is buy one get one free tonight, it has a lot of silica in it. So silica is going to be really good for strengthening your hair. So that's a good product to use to seal in the moisture in your ends to help slow down any breakage that's occurring. So I hope I answered your question. Um Maris says, "Okay, I'll get the emo oil. I'm tempted to cut my locks off cuz my edges taking a while to look good enough for me. It's been 13 years though." Wait, have you had your locks for 13 years or you've been dealing with thinning at your edges for 13 years? Let me know. How long have you been dealing with thinning at your edges? Because depending on your answer to that, it may sway my recommendation for you because a product may not be enough. You may need um to see a doctor if it's if you've had thinning at your edges for too long, because it could be you could be dealing with scarring. Um, okay, IBYL says, okay, my voice is getting tired, y'all. You said you can't hear my voice sounding any different, but to me it sounds different. It feels different. I need to get off of here, so I'm gonna answer like a couple of more questions. IBYL says I got it colored in 2013, and it's just been growing out since then. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, you have color on your ends. That's right. That's why I thought that. Okay. Bands on the ends are the enemy. Thank you. IBYL says it too. Henna really is a lot of work. I just did a coloring with it. It's a pain to do, and you can't wash it out with shampoo and have to use conditioner. It's a drying color process. My hair was crunchy. Oh, oh boy. Thank you, Kimberly McCall. I did see your order come through. I appreciate you. But I think I did something wrong. I only saw one in the cart and I couldn't change it. I will still honor the deal because I know the date that you ordered it. It still is during the window. So no worries. No worries. Nope, no worry. Don't worry about that. You'll get your two bottles. Thank you, by the way, if I didn't say that already. Um Joan says, "Good day, Queen. How are you doing today?" I'm great, although I'm not feeling very well. I'm still great, if that makes sense. Blessed. Locked in Squat says, "When that happens, damage from rubber bands, is there anything you can do?" Honestly, the best your best bet is probably to trim them or um try crocheting them. Try crocheting them with a crochet needle. I guess it really depends on the level of damage that occurred. Right. Glad to catch you on live for a few minutes. Have a good night. Thank you, IBYL. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Mara says, "Yep, I've had my last 13 years. I think I first noted my edges thinning last year." Okay, last year is fine. You're fine. So in that case, I would definitely recommend trying the emu oil in that case for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, or the horse leaf oil, which is buy one get one free tonight. The last chance to get it. It was buy one get one free for 2 weeks, so I don't want to hear nothing if you missed it. I've been telling y'all for 2 weeks. It's been buy one get one free. All right. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go get some tea and call it a night. So everybody, I think I was doing too many high ponytails. That's understandable. You know, you live and learn. High ponytails will definitely like pull at your hairline. That weight, it will pull all over your scalp. To be honest, at least for me. But yes, thank you everyone for joining. I had a great time. I'm not gonna save this on Instagram for some reason. I don't like the way, I don't like this angle for me on Instagram. But YouTube, if you want to catch this live from the beginning, you can catch it on on YouTube. All right. Everybody have a great night.